Hi, welcome to this episode of Aw Canada, stories from across the nation designed to make you go away feeling like you're warm and fuzzy, like the inside of your trouser pocket on a warm day. On this episode, we're going to be talking about moose licking. Sorry, what? No, moose licking. I'm not gonna lie, there's a temptation to take a story about moose licking and pretend it's a great lost Canadian tradition just to see if we can convince people from other countries that it's actually a thing. Very much the same way that Scottish people tried to convince visiting Americans that haggis are small furry creatures that run up and down the Scottish hillside until they are killed for food during haggis hunting season. I mean, when you say moose licking, it sounds like the name of a new collection at IKEA. Moose licking. There's like a couch and a sofa and a coffee table, all part of the moose licking collection. Remember to get some meatballs and the express counter on the way out of the store. But actually, moose licking is a real problem because it's 2020, so why not? Well, when we say a real problem, we mean a real problem in Canada, not anywhere else, of course. And it's a trend happening in Jasper, Alberta. The problem is that visitors who are driving their car to or back from the Jasper National Park are slowing down in certain areas of the drive, often in the hopes of seeing one of the many moose that inhabit the park. And moose do come out, but when they do, they have started licking the side of cars, hoping to get the salt that the car has picked up from the roads. And moose love salt. Moose love salt in the same way that Kanye loves Kanye. Moose love salt so much they're like prepared to walk out into the road just to get fresh with your 2002 Toyota Corolla to get a sweet taste of the sodium. They would actually prefer to get their salt intake by eating spicy deep fried tofu, but moose hooves are generally pretty wide, so ordering takeout with their phones is kind of tricky. Also, there isn't really great phone reception in those parts, so licking windows is just easier. But there's a serious danger to letting moose get close to your car. And no, we're not talking about getting moose jacked by a gang of angry moose leaving you stranded on the road. The danger is that the more the moose mingle with slow-moving motorists in search of salt, the more the moose might make malicious moves like lunging for a lick of a Lexus, or charging to chew a Cherokee, or maybe galloping to graze on a Golf. And all of this continuous cavorting and confronting cars can cause some of us to become too comfortable with these Herculean herbivores, which could lead to handfuls of hurt humans on highways. What I'm saying is the more the moose interact with cars, they become way too comfortable around them, and in car versus moose, moose always wins. Except if we're talking about a round of Jeopardy with Bullwinkle going up against Rick Ocasek. He was from the Cars. They were banned. Just look him up. Okay, this has become such a problem that authorities have said that people who get too close to the animals run the risk of being fined $25,000. $25,000 for feeding or disturbing wildlife. Imagine if you managed not to spend a penny of your CERB money, but you got caught feeding one moose. Like, hey Larry, did you finish renovating your basement? Yup, cost me about $8,000 on my CERB, but looking great. Cool. I heard Dustin used his to get a brand new guitar and amplifier. I don't think you've spent any of yours yet, Gary, have you? Oh, I envy you. Yeah, let's change the subject. Bottom line, people are basically being asked to avoid the moose. Basically treat moose the same way that most bus drivers treat cyclists. Don't slow down, don't interact with them, and if one approaches you, don't let it lick your windows. But if we do manage to stop the practice of moose licking, I think we still need to add the term to our permanent national vocabulary. For example, parents, feel free to use it as a fake swear word in front of your kids. Now just you wait a moose licking moment there, young man. Or motorists, you use it as a way to vent out your road rage. Oh man, I was stuck in traffic behind this moose licker who was driving home like he was coming from Jasper. At the very least, I'd like to see an all-male stripper group call themselves the Moose Lickers. They would instantly become the #1 draw at any Canada Day parade.